Bonjour et bienvenue en français 6. C'est la rentrée. It's back to school time. Ça, c'est notre première vidéo en français 6 et c'est au sujet de la révision. In this video today, I'm probably going to be speaking a lot of English, which I normally don't do in these videos. This is the first one, and it's a review, so today a lot of English, but we'll be increasing to more and more French, of course, as the year goes by. Make sure to take lots of good notes from this video. None of the information should be new, but of course, it could be something that you've forgotten or that you never learned very well in the first place, so this is your chance. We'll also have a little quiz in class over anything and everything from this video, so make sure that you pay attention. Dans cette vidéo aujourd'hui, c'est la révision. Nous allons réviser l'alphabet et les accents. D'abord, l'alphabet français. As you know, the French alphabet is the same as our own English alphabet. All the consonants and vowels are the same, but they are pronounced very differently. We're going to consider the French alphabet the building blocks of all of our French words. So that's why it's so important that we understand the individual sounds of all the letters in the alphabet. So what we're going to do right now is repeat out loud. So if you're in study hall or another place where you can't speak out loud right now, come back and do this part another time when you can. Ok, répétez avec moi. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Très bien. Alright, let's focus in on a couple of these letters that are a little bit difficult. First of all, these two guys. They're kind of flip-flopped from what they are in English. For example, this one is what? J. Very good. And this one is J. So those are kind of backwards from English. And then, of course, the vowels, les voyelles. These are a little bit difficult, but mastering these will help your French pronunciation very much. So let's repeat these together again one more time. Répétez. A, E, I, O, U. Très bien. Les accents en français. Normally an unsuccessful French student would think that accents are not all that important in French. They don't need to put them in a word, or they can just put whatever accent wherever they think it looks good, and it makes it kind of Frenchified. That, of course, is not the way to go. Accents in French serve to change the sound of a vowel, and we're going to talk about all of that. But a good study tip is that when you're learning a new word, or even reviewing an old word, like what we're doing now, learn the accent just like all of the other letters in the word. And you can't just substitute one accent for another. It means the word is spelled incorrectly. So let's go over all the accents and what they mean and what they do. Ok, voilà les 5 accents en français. Répétez avec moi. Accent aigu, accent grave, circonflexe, tréma, et cédille. Très bien. So what do? Well, accent aigu makes an E sound like the A in the word day. So, A. Accent grave makes an E sound like the E in jet, our English word jet. A circumflex does not change the sound of a vowel, but it does serve another purpose, and we'll look at that in just a minute. A tréma means that there are two vowels that are together, but we're going to pronounce them separately, and we'll look at an example of that in a moment. And finally, cédille, which makes a C into an S, or a soft S sound. Ok, voilà les accents. Accent aigu, here are some examples, like in the word école, rentrée, or écrivez. So it makes the sound A. L'accent grave, achète, Michel. So in these two examples, we're hearing that like in the English word jet. achète, Michel. Now here are two examples where the accent doesn't change the sound, but rather what it does is serves to make a difference between two identical words. For example, is there a word in French that's just an A without the accent? Of course, it's the verb avoir, he has. Right? So when we have the accent grave, we know that this is à, meaning at or to. So it's not the verb, but it's the word at or to. Same thing here. Are there two ou's in French? Yeah, one means or and one means where. Which one is this? Well, because of the accent grave, we know that this one is where. L'accent circonflexe doesn't change the pronunciation in these words hôpital, forêt, ou ancêtre. But we've talked about this in class. It means that there used to be an S right here. So now what does that word look like? Hospital. What about this one? Forest. And this word now looks like ancestor. So it serves to give us a clue about what the word might mean. Alright, let's keep going. Le tréma, like in the word naïve. So it means that there's an A and an E, and we're going to pronounce them separately instead of making naive. We're going to have naïve. And then finally, c'est dit, like in français, ça et garçon. And finally, the light switch example. Now, some people don't get this metaphor, and if you're one of those people, that's okay. However, a lot of people have told me that once they understood it this way, they never made a mistake again. So I'm going to go over it again. If it makes sense to you, awesome. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. All right, let's say that we have a light switch on a wall. Is the light switch off or on? So the reason that I use this example is to think about the beginning of the word as the wall. So if here's a wall, is the light switch on the wall going from up to down? Like this accent goes from up to down? Or is it going from down to up? Like this accent goes from down to up against the wall. So that's the difference between accent grave, or light switch off, going down, or accent aigu, light switch going up. For example, in the word achète, light switch is off. In the word école, light switch is on. Okay, très bien, merci. So you've watched your first video in French, and it'll be there for you, so I hope that anytime you need a little refresher or before a quiz, you can come back and watch only the part that you need, repeat out loud, listen, look at how things are spelled, and really use this video and all the videos that we'll make this year as a good tool for learning. I hope you review your notes and do well on the quiz tomorrow. Merci.